Who is y'all to tell me what he diagnosed with and what he look like, what he sound like? Y'all don't know nothing about God, and y'all don't know nothing about nothing. You talking to me like that, so I rebuke everything y'all saying about my child. To be honest,
it's time to just say what it is so that you can stop being embarrassed and harboring that guilt. I literally spoke what I saw because I was in shock.
Chrisean recently appeared at a church event carrying her son, who is almost 2 years old. Right away, people started noticing that Chrisean Jr. hasn't shown much progress, especially since she decided to keep him off social media. Many fans and followers had long been worried about his health. Chrisean seemed to believe that any problems he had would improve on their own over time, and she didn't pay much attention to the concerns being raised. Unfortunately, her assumptions were far from correct. A doctor who recently saw a video of Chrisean Jr. posted online confirmed what many had been speculating for a while. According to the doctor, unless she seeks specialized help for her son, he might struggle to speak and face significant challenges due to developmental delays. To make matters worse, Blueface's mother publicly blamed Chrisean for her son's condition, which only added fuel to the fire. Ever since Chrisean introduced her son to the public, she even streamed his birth live on Instagram. People have been watching closely. When she returned online months later, she talked about how perfect her baby was in every way. However, viewers noticed that the reality didn't match her description. Chrisean Jr. had limited head movement and poor coordination between his hands and eyes. His cries were unusually high-pitched, sounding almost like a screech, and Chrisean appeared to try very hard to act as if everything was normal during one live stream. Chrisean defended getting a tattoo of Blueface on her face, but her son started crying in the background. Viewers immediately noticed that something seemed off. In another video, she was feeding him, but fans observed that he didn't react to the food or the spoon until it was very close. This was concerning because he was 8 months old at the time, and most babies at that age instinctively reach for food or react enthusiastically when eating. Many people attributed his condition to Chrisean's drinking and smoking during pregnancy. One comment even said, "Chrisean is in denial about Junior. He isn't reaching basic milestones. He should be able to support his head and chest while on his tummy, and he also doesn't smile or coo." Chrisean responded angrily, calling these criticisms the work of haters, and insisting that people were making mountains out of molehills. Some argued that her son's difficulties might be caused by a genetic condition, unrelated to her habits during pregnancy. Others suggested that the typical developmental milestones often shared online can sometimes be exaggerated, with parents focusing on comparisons instead of celebrating their child's growth. While that might be true to some extent, these milestones are important. They help parents recognize delays early and ensure children get the support they need. Medical experts who reviewed photos and videos of Chrisean Jr. noted physical traits consistent with fetal alcohol syndrome. These included small eyes with folded corners, unusually large and low-set ears, a flat midface, and a smaller-than-average head. Some doctors also mentioned that his high-pitched cries could result from withdrawal symptoms, though genetic conditions could also play a role. Observers noted that in pictures, his pupils reflected white instead of red, which could indicate potential vision problems. Despite all this concern from the public and professionals, Chrisean has remained firm. She repeatedly asked people to stop trying to diagnose her son and insists that she has taken him to the doctor, who confirmed that he is fine. Whether the public agrees or not, Chrisean has been determined to defend her parenting and insist that her child's health is not in question.
Diagnosed my baby on the internet. My baby is healthy. They would have told me he had syndrome. He's healthy, bro. Just because that picture wasn't that cute doesn't mean I could diagnose my baby on the internet. That shit is wild.
Cash was constantly sharing updates about her son's life online. If she ever took him to a doctor and everything was fine, she would have likely posted it to prove her critics wrong. However, Blueface, who is equally uninvolved in parenting, criticized her for delaying their son's hernia surgery. She admitted she had other priorities and waited until the condition worsened. Only after Blueface publicly complained did she take Junior for the operation, later posting about how quickly he was recovering. When he was nearly a year old, Cash shared a video of him attempting to walk, trying to show that he was making progress. But instead of reassuring people, it highlighted the concerns many had. Viewers noticed he still wasn't doing things most one-year-olds do, like talking, holding a spoon, or laughing naturally. Critics accused her of wanting a child mainly to stay connected to Blueface, and her former friend Janet suggested she was in denial about the support Junior truly needed.
When people are in denial of stuff, it's like you can't help people when they're in denial of what's actually going on in reality.
After facing so much criticism, Chrisean finally decided to stop sharing her son's life so publicly and focus on raising him away from social media. Honestly, that might be the smartest choice she's made in a long time. But when she brought her son to church for the debut of her new song, Yahweh, people were surprised to see that he hadn't really made much progress. At almost 2 years old, most children are curious, exploring their surroundings and interacting with people. But he seemed completely unengaged. Fans weren't upset about his challenges. What bothered them was that he's clearly affected by his environment. He was born into a chaotic situation, with parents who often acted immaturely and made poor choices. Early on, Cash even publicly mentioned considering an abortion and didn't always take proper care of herself during pregnancy. Now she appears to be in denial about the support her son needs. Adding to the concern, Blueface's mother, Clarissa, has openly said that the child does have difficulties. While she hasn't liked Chrisean personally, she admits it's heartbreaking to see Junior struggle, knowing his life could have been very different with more care and attention.
It crushed my heart to look at my grandbaby and see that, and that was my first time seeing it.
Oh, God.
And it crushed my heart a little bit, it did. But I love all my kids no matter what I told you, whether they slow, need a helmet, whether they got nappy hair, whether they short, funny looking. I love all my grandkids, but I ain't gonna lie, my first initial thought when I saw him in that restaurant, it crushed me. And for her to say she wanted to stomp me out, girl, I can't even tell you what my mind wanted to do to you once I looked in his face and I didn't know if he was looking at me, you, or the air. I was hurt, genuinely hurt.
Everyone witnessed her drinking and smoking without concern, and now it's affecting her child. She avoids admitting the truth because facing it would bring public criticism and force her to take responsibility for her choices.
I said she drank, and because I hear the cry and I see what y'all see, I do feel like there could be some type of neurological problem. I do see that. I'm not blind and I'm not dumb. I'm not fixing to play blind or dumb.
And after seeing Chrisean
Jr. in this situation has left a lot of people speaking out against Chrisean Sr. Many feel it's time for her to stop playing the victim because her choices have clearly affected her child. Unfortunately, her son didn't choose to be born into this situation, and now he's facing challenges that could have been avoided. It's heartbreaking to see a baby caught up in circumstances he never asked for. Some viewers aren't surprised that Chrisean Jr. may have special needs because they remember her smoking while pregnant, even being filmed doing it. It's clear she wasn't fully ready for motherhood, and now her baby is dealing with the consequences. While some sympathize with Chrisean behind closed doors, they also feel she needs to face reality and accept responsibility for her decisions. At almost 2 years old, if a child cannot walk, talk, or even babble, it's a serious warning sign. Chrisean is likely struggling as a new mother, possibly without guidance or support. The hope is that she seeks professional help for her son and provides him with the love, care, and opportunities he needs to thrive. This situation is complicated and sad, and many are waiting to see how she responds moving forward.